I think tanks are pretty cool, but they could be even cooler. So today, let's take a pair of Space Marine rhinos and turn them into something worthy of my Sisters of Battle. Firstly, when I'm doing crazy kit bashes and completely changing the silhouette of a model, I like to keep things WYSIWYG. That is, what you see is what you get. So since I only have one upgrade sprue from the old immolator, we're gonna need some more melters. But luckily that's nothing that a 1-part mold and some 5-minute epoxy can't fix, in literally 5 minutes. This is always so satisfying. Nothing like cracking open a slightly exothermic one with the boys. Even if it's a putty that sets really hard, it's super easy to clean up if you get the timing right. You want it to still be flexible, but if you push your fingernail into it, it won't leave an indent. That means you can't damage the piece, but your knife will still go through it like margarine. Easy as that. And now onto the tanks. So I've got the basic rhinos built up, and now I have to decide what to actually do with them. My favourite sisters, the Order of the Ermine Mantle, are getting a pimped out repressor, whereas the Order of the Golden Spyre are getting a servitor on top instead of the normal turret with the sister in it. Might as well keep him safe, you know? Maybe that's Tech Heresy, or maybe Tech Heresy is my middle name. Now for the question I know none of you are asking. How do you put extra guns on a repressor? Simple, my friends. Just turn the turret pieces sideways and you got some perfect little sponson mount things. And now time to bedazzle. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this top hatch off because it's boring and we can replace it with a much cooler one. So this is the reference we're working off of, but there's a whole story to that, we'll get to that later. But that artwork has quite a few purity seals, so let me show you how to make them yourself. So you want to make a series of bends along one side, and then between those bends, bend it back the other way. Then cut those not quite in half, so that you get a bit of variation, and stick it to the tank. And for the seals, I went ahead and did half the tank, so now I feel qualified to actually teach you how to do it. Take a very small ball of green stuff and put it where you want it. Squish the middle using something like a ballpoint pen, and then flatten out the edges if you need to. Just a tiny bit of refining, and it's literally that easy to cover a whole tank. The next step involves relocating from China to Thailand. Make sure to check out the museum to see this fucked up cat headdress. It's like giving Bill Making Stuff's cat a run for its money. Speaking of money, I moved from a capsule hotel into my own private room. The aircon didn't work, but it was really cheap. I'm talking 10 Aussie dollars a night. I love Asia, for that reason. It's part of the reason why I moved to China in the first place, because even if it didn't work out there, it's cheap and I'm not really losing out on anything by going. I love that you can just turn your brain off while sponging, and then mixing in some pale yellow in with the final highlight. Don't be afraid of a slightly damp sponge, the transparency just means you get smoother blends. Then we're edging with sun bleach yellow on everything upwards facing, just to save time, and I'm calling the main body of the tank done. So you might be wondering who this obscure minor order is, and while there is some pretty interesting canon lore, there's not much of it. So there's a different reason I like them. They're one of the stars of what is possibly my favourite piece of collaborative fiction, and my first real exposure to 40k's lore. Admittedly, it is a green text from 4chan, but hey, it got me where I am today. Like with anything 4chan, if you can't handle excessive slurs, stay away from it. But if you can separate the art from the artist and don't mind a green text, check it out, it's quite a fun read. Oh, and what I'm doing here is, because I couldn't be bothered to drill out my barrels and exhausts, if you just freehand a black circle on it, it works almost as well. Or good enough anyway. And with that, the first tank is done and the second is kitbashed. Tune in next time to see me literally competition paint Sister Olga's fat ass. And if you're still here, drop a like, sub, comment, whatever. It's awesome to have an audience. Thank you.